Hey, what's up, guys? LuxRay360 here, and today I'm gonna be talking about how me and some people at my school, my classmates, whatnot, um got my seventh grade science teacher fired. So it's a fairly long story, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right on into it. The gameplay that you're watching should be a retreat on Uplink. So yeah, let's without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right on into this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start from the beginning. So seventh grade, science department was not on fleek, as far as teachers go. The teachers weren't the best. So originally, for the first half of the year, we had this one science teacher. She was good. She was not the best science teacher I ever had, but she was a good teacher. She was fair. She gave overall good grades, and she always gave us curves on our grades. So the highest, if y'all don't know what that is, she curved to the highest grade. So what happened? And I had a really smart kid in my class who always made hundreds, like everything, complete nerd. But props to him for doing that. So she always curved our grades. I won't get too in depth with that. So anyway, so good teacher. So this was the week before Christmas break let out. 2012. She's out here like, listen up. I got an announcement to make. After Christmas break, I will no longer be teaching with you guys. I am leaving. And the reason she left, she proceeded to tell us, was that she was a 2012, 2012, December 21st, 2012 leaver. She was one of those people. And she was like, listen, I'm leaving tomorrow. So after this, you won't see me, but I gotta go make, plans for my family, whatnot, because I'm surviving this apocalypse. I don't know about you guys, but, that's me, and I plan on surviving. So we were like, oh my god, this woman's crazy. To us, children, 7th grade of a private school, that just seems really wacky, nutty. So yeah. So after that, she left, and the 2 weeks went by. Come back to school on that Monday, we find that an old teacher that had worked for the school science department a couple years before, they forced her to retire due to his smoking problem. So he had cancer, and he had it real bad. He was an amazing teacher, probably one of the best science teachers that I know. He really just was overall a really great teacher, but they forced him to retire due to his cancer. So I won't go too much into depth to that either. But they forced him to retire due to his cancer, and this kid's about to get a cap, and no, that he's not. Yeah, like I said, they forced him to retire, and after that, we had him for about a week as a sub, I guess you could say, or a temp. And everything was all fine and dandy until after that they found someone they thought was gonna be not necessarily a sub, but at the same time wasn't gonna be our permanent teacher. So we had her for a couple months up until Easter break. So she was crazy lady. I mean, not crazy, but she was just like, she wasn't like crazy in the head, but she was just kind of like, she was nutty. She was like a fruity type person, not fruity as in like homosexual, but she was weird. Like one of the weird things that she did was she only had 2 pairs of shoes, a white and black pair, no name, like the old grandpa type shoes that she would see people wearing. And she had like these springs on the heels of them. And apparently, she had really bad back problems. So, that helped her out with that. And so after that, he's like, listen here, I'm not gonna be teaching after Easter break. You're gonna finally get a new teacher, and he's gonna be permanent for you guys. Little did we know that he was not going to be permanent. So, Easter break comes back. See this dude. He's a nutter. And I mean a nutter. This is the teacher that eventually we got fired. So, what had happened was we, he came in, he was a complete nut job, he lived in a trailer. The picture, like, the first day, he gave us this pamphlet, alright, to tell us all about him, tell us about his academic achievements, da-da-da, and the picture was of him in his, college graduation gown, but, you gotta remember, this dude, in the gown, apparently he just graduated college or something, he's in his gown, so, you can tell that he just graduated because the picture of him in his gown, looked just like he did at the time that he was in class. And so, we're like, oh my god, this dude, is a nut job, isn't gonna be that great of a teacher, just crazy. And he talked like Mickey Mouse, like, he was like, alright class, we're gonna go ahead, start up this lesson today, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and bring them up now. Otherwise, just wait till the end of class. Da-da-da. And so, complete weirdo. But overall, it was a pretty fun class because we made it fun because we were pretty much always making fun of him at the time. Or just, he was not an older folk. Like, he was like in his 50s. So, I mean, not old, but not young. And, he didn't understand a lot that we were just messing with him. So we would always... we mess around with him. Remember one day he was like, alright, so if you guys are good, then, next Monday when you come back from the weekend, I'll show you my fossil collection. Like, this dude's weird, and, we were really bad. Like, we didn't give two shits about the fossil collection. We just thought it was funny. We would say some shit like that. So we were really bad that day, and, he was like, I will never forget this day as long as I live. He was like, I am so disappointed in you children. I am going to be reporting you children to, Miss Stevens. That's not her actual name, but, okay, the principal. And, and he was like, oh, and also, we are not looking at fossils on Monday. And we just died, like, smirking, like, laughing. Like, he didn't know we were laughing, but we were all like, oh no, Mr. Ron, that's not his name. Does this mean that we're really not looking at fossils on Monday? Like, yes, we are not looking at fossils on Monday. It was hilarious, like, had to be their kind of moment. So... we didn't look at fossils on Monday. We'll just say that. So, I remember one day, or the next Monday, he was really pissed, and he was, and he hated the fact that, we were a younger generation. We were always using, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and da-da-da. And he would always kind of subliminally tell us that these things are bad, but, like, on the test, like, saying... you do not do this when you were in the science lab, and, like, one of the multiple choice answers would be, get on Twitter, get on Instagram, or get on Facebook, or what. And, kind of telling us, like, hey, I don't like this shit. I'm an old-timer. We don't play that back in my day. I guess get a kill? I gotta hit him. So, yeah. So... eventually, one day, he came out, he was really pissed and told us, like, you guys need to stop using Instagram, stop this, because there's these creepy Russian hacker guys who just love to look at your pretty, beautiful faces. And at that point, he decided to tell all the guys in the class to step out of the room for, like, 10 or 15 minutes. When we came back, we asked the girls, like, hey, listen, what did he tell you? And he said that, all the little pictures of us, little beautiful little children, the creepy Russian hacker guys like to crop out our faces and put it on other people's faces and make pornos out of it. And at that point, you know, some of the girls in the classroom, like I said, I go to a private school, and like I said, if you know anything about private schools, you'll know that typically people in private schools are a little more sheltered than public school people. I just can't seem to hit this guy. And yeah, so they're kind of crying about that. I guess to some degree you could say that that's verbal sexual harassment. So yeah, so they were kind of peed off about that, and like about a month or two after that, you know, that whole time period, he was just really riding us, just like being a dick teacher that nobody liked. And so we were just fed up with him, and I decided to make a petition. Hey, listen up, because I heard on the news, not on the news, what am I saying? It's on the internet somewhere, that some kid didn't like his teacher, so legally it was the law. They were allowed to make a petition, and you know, they couldn't get in trouble for it because it was our constitutional right. So I was like, okay, cool, so we can't get in trouble for this, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, I made a little petition, and I got everybody in 8th and 7th grade to sign it, because he was a 7th and 8th grade science teacher, and he signed it, or we all signed it, and they're like, listen, you know, we understand you don't like this dude, but, you know, just a couple signatures, a couple meaning like, 100, and that's, you know, 100 of us in 7th and 8th grade. You gotta remember, private school, a little bit smaller. So he was, they're like, listen, you know, there's not really a whole lot that we can do about this. You're gonna have to have some more substantial proof about what happened. So one of the girls wrote up a letter saying that this is what he did about the porn thing, and all the girls signed it. And they're like, so we eventually turned it into the board of directors, which is the whole, essentially, that's the school board for public school, but it's just for the private school, and it's a smaller thing. So yeah, we turned it into that, and like I said, this was a couple months after. So this was entering Easter break time. So after the week off for Easter break, we came back. He wasn't there. We had a new teacher, and that teacher, I believe, is still teaching there. So I know this is a little bit longer video, but sorry about that, guys. I figured it'd be a good story to tell. This is all true, by the way. No exaggerations, none of that. But without further ado, this has been LoxRay360. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe or comment or like this video and tell me some other things that you might like to hear. As always, without further ado, this has been LoxRay360 again. I'm out.